So Twilight Knight, he was this like vampiric leader of the shadowy gang known as the Night Masks, who terrorized our party. And to keep Stong's adopted daughter Mirabelle and all our friends safe, we gathered them all in Artemisia's house, called the Briar House. And our sorceress friend Mirren cast a sequester spell on it to hide it from our enemies. But something went wrong, and the house is now stuck in some other dimension. So then we battled the Twilight Knight and defeated, kicked that ball bag's tiny. And but during that battle, he summoned the Holy Relic Vindicator, which is this powerful sword that this rogue paladin named Kaelian Dren, also known as Shadowbane, was supposed to be keeping safe from him. So the fact that he was able to do that is not a good sign. Probably means something happened to Shadowbane. So that's a mystery. But then at the same time, Artemisia has been dealing with her stepmother, Marsalea, who came to town to try and drag her off to do the family business. Anyway, and there's been a lot of drama there. But in the end, Marsalea was basically being held outside of town in this mansion by House Blith, and who also control the gang known as the Fire Knives, a rival gang to the Night Masks. And with them also was Sersun, who's like an elven werewolf, I guess. Who
he is a were-elf, or
a were-elf,
wolf, or he's not a werewolf.
Not a werewolf technically, but he can transform into a wolf. So yes. and when he does, he's not wearing any clothes. So is he not wearing what? I don't know. Anyway, so
100% accurate.
Right. So
hashtag not pants.
Right, yeah. So he showed up some time ago and was like, "Hey, Cecilia, I'm came from our patron, although she's of course not a warlock. But I'm the knight and you're the emissary." And so he was there with them, and he decided to just go like on his own, start burning down House Blith. And so that caused a distraction, and then there was like an epic spell battle and cool stuff happening, and then they escaped. And it came back to town where they found, so now earlier Sersun had declared that he'd been like sent by their patron to hunt someone, and the sisters Artemisia and Cecilia believe that might be Jigs, the wolf who came back with Cecilia from her away time.
A gap year in the frozen north.
right, her gap year.
Right.
So
east.
So the sisters had Mirren cast a spell on Jigs to disguise him as a dog. And so Rogar actually kind of got close to this dog because he was really good at like just sitting there and listening to Rogar like spill his guts about all his inner turmoil and crisis of faith, because he didn't have like like a MySpace or Live Journal or whatever the kids use these days. I'm just saying. So
TikTok,
TikTok, right? Just
so
and so he's just was taking comfort in the dog's presence. And then last episode, when Rogar sort of reached this crisis of faith, Shay Darksong, who's this cool like half brow like priestess of Eliestrier, was like offered to help him contact his goddess. So they performed a naked dance ritual in a cemetery at midnight, as you do, right? And but something, of course, went terribly wrong. Surprise! And zombies rose up, and then something like seemingly summoned by some dark force emanating from Rogar himself, and then the darkness amassed into this like some horrible monstrous form and attacked everybody in it, and it was about like loomed over Jigs the dog, who attacked him, and then he turned into an elf, and then Jigs the elf like touched Rogar's chest and like said, look inside you, the power was within you all along, kind of thing. Was a moment, and then in that moment, Rogar was able to blast away all of the darkness and the undead. And then the others, Cecilia, everyone who'd been at House Bleth showed up and was like, "What the heck's going on? And who is this elf guy?" And that's kind of where we left off last time. And Rogar had been tasked now with a vision to find and defeat the bogglewomps. And so was this massive darkness, the bogglewomps. A lot of people, I think, believe that the bogglewomps aren't even real, if you can believe that. So I wanted to show you a few other monsters of the realm that I bet you didn't even know existed, but are definitely real. So this first one, of course, this is the one most people like call on as one of the most ridiculous monsters, but it's called a floomp. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, that's the flying spaghetti monster. This is actually real. The floomp really isn't. So this next one, though, you've probably heard a lot of buzz about. And this is, of course, all from Rogar's bestiary. He's got an intelligence of 9, and he knows a lot about monsters. So this is a bee holder. See, it's holding all the bees. The worst thing about the bee holder, of course, is murder wolf. That's what it's holding. Terrible. Anyway, so that's just one example of the terrible things. But this one, I know of several people who have battled this particular beast. This one is a bowel bear.
Oh no!
Oh no!
A bowel bear.
Oh my god!
I have to say though, it is particularly vulnerable to dairy products and fiber. Apparently, so if you have to battle one, those are its vulnerabilities. This next one is called. I think it's somewhat self-explanatory, but I'll explain it anyway. It is a mansplainticore.
What's it explaining? I can't read that.
Hold that up. Hold that up, Randy. It's just one. It's called a die, not dice. And Gygax. Well, actually, D&D wouldn't have happened if Dave Arneson hadn't. Yeah,
that's some good mansplaining.
Okay. So I was actually thinking about a manspreadicore, but then I decided to go with a succubus. This is a succubus. This is a person who's on the bus and just like makes your entire bus ride suck.
I mean, that's kind of like manspreading.
All right.
That's an action that he has.
Yeah, that's one of his legendary actions, is making your bus ride suck. Right? And then for my final creature that a lot of people didn't believe existed, but absolutely do. This one is This one, so let's say you're in an inn or a guild hall, or maybe like a reunion of your old adventuring party, and suddenly you get cornered by a creature that uses a talking attack to drain all of your energy. And it's not a psychic vampire, although
it's not Colin Robinson.
And you roll dexterity saves, but you can't escape, and yet you use deception to try to escape, but it fails. I'm like, I'm afraid you've become trapped by a Minotaur. So this is a Minotaur. Every minute spent with this creature feels like an hour. But,
I like it.
Yep. So that was just a few examples. So the people who say like the bogglewomps obviously aren't real don't know what Rogar knows about in the realm. So now you know, and I'll probably post those on the website and stuff.
Nice.
Stuff. But anyway, there you go. That's Rogar's recap. You're all caught up, and hopefully now you believe in bogglewomps. And we'll go back to you, omniscient narrator God.
Thank you for that, Rogar.
Absolutely.
I hope your compendium is expanding. We'll be encountering a few more interesting creatures that you can add to it.
I don't want to encounter any of those creatures in the realms, though. I think it's like automatic roll initiation. Let's kill them.
I mean, I kind of want to witch bolt the succubus.